So we want to stay with those first two steps until we absolutely feel that we are one with what we have recognized. Then from that point, whatever it is you want to realize, whatever you want to have happen in your life, whatever it is you want to manifest, realize, or make real, because you have steeped yourself into this, you live from these two here. You live, move, and have your being from these two here. Whatever it is that you want to realize, be definite, be clear about what it is, be it a new job, a new relationship, more money, health, whatever it is. Because you have spent so much time here, this now becomes a piece of cake. This becomes a piece of cake. But then you go, but Eugene, I've been doing this, and I haven't realized it. I've been doing it for like 6 months, and it's not come yet. Don't fret. Don't fret. Because, people say, but Eugene, this is a cop-out. Because it happens in God's time. That's not a cop-out. That is not a cop-out. I have learned over the years that I would be praying for things, and it just wouldn't happen. And time would go by. And I'm like, why isn't this working for me? Until I released it. I released trying this stuff, and I go, you know what, let me just let it be. And then once I surrendered to that, those things that I have, those seeds that I planted way back when are now becoming to fruition. And it's because, so God's time basically for me was saying that I wasn't prepared to receive. I wasn't ready to do what I'm doing now. I've been wanting to do this in my mind for years. And I used to say, how come I'm not doing this? Because I wasn't prepared. Because it was my own egoic mind wanting to be up here on stage. Now it's like, God, how am I supposed to show up now? And let me surrender and let Spirit do what it is that it wants to do through us. Because we are here. Do you realize that you may be the only God that someone else sees? Yeah, breathe that in. You may be the only God that someone else sees simply because you showed up. Does that mean that we don't go through stuff? Nah. Stuff happens. It's called life. But we go through it in a different way because we are beginning to recognize the good in whatever the situation is. And then we unify with that good with whatever the situation is. There is not anything that you cannot have in your life, especially if it's, and only I should say, if it's for your good and the highest good of everyone else concerned. See, we can't be, we don't want to be selfish with that small s. Mine. I want to be selfish with that capital S, that self that the Upanishads talk about. Self being a different name for, God. So in the realization, we get to know, and know that we know that whatever I speak into being because I've lived here or I live here, whatever I speak, it has to come to fruition. I'm not going to worry about when. I'm just going to know that that's going to happen. And it's happening, and when it happens in that moment called now. And now is the appointed time. Now I am ready to receive all of that which I have spoken, because usually what happens is when you speak your word for whatever it is greater than you ever thought. So I have to be ready to receive that because it's going to be huge. In the science of mind, they teach in terms of prayer, don't outline. Did I just say that? Sorry. I don't know why they say that. This is what I believe. I have an outline. This is how I want it to look. That's the outline. I want it like this. I want it like that. I want it like this. It is okay to outline. Be definite. Because Spirit's going to take that and say, okay, well, let's move it to here. Becoming the manager of World Men Ministry of Prayer was not my plan. It was not my plan. Wasn't even on my radar at all. And here I am. It's a trip. It is a trip. And it's a wonderful trip. I am so grateful